Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's G from Happiness and Crafting. So today I have a lovely tutorial for you. I am making some paperclip pocket tags. Now these are little pockets obviously shaped as a tag. I have a little journal card inside and I've made them into paper clips and I am just loving them, and they are so simple to do. Can you see I have made quite a few here, and all as they do, you take them and they just clip onto the top of your page like that. So you can pop them throughout your journals. They sit there, you can do your journaling underneath, and then you've got lovely little journaling card on there as well, which I think they are gorgeous. So I've made a couple here. This is some of my new watercolor papers that I was doing. They should be out in the shop either today or tomorrow, like these, and I think they are lovely. So simple to do. I've just popped some of my words and phrases on there. I've got different papers that I had in my stash, so I think they are lovely, and I've used some of my crafty words and phrases on here which I haven't used for a little while, but don't you think they are just so lovely, with a lovely little journal card inside. Really easy to do, and all as they do, they just clip onto the top of your page, if you can get on there like that. So oops, stuck on there. So don't they look nice? Again, you could probably put the paper clip from the side if you wanted to and clip it on this way. It all depends on what you want to do, but I just think clipping them on the top, and I think these would look really nice on a little gift bag or something like that. You could pop a little note in there, you could pop a little card in there, you could pop a gift card or some money or anything like that, and lovely. And then just a little something on the front, you could have their name or anything like that, but they are just gorgeous. Little bit of lace, little bit of cheesecloth on them. So I'm going to show you how simple they are to do. So let's pop that to the side. I've got a couple of bits of paper here. These are ones that I had in my stash, and I do have them printed on the back. You don't have to print them on the back. So this is just a piece of digital paper. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to cut it, so we are going to have 6 inches. So 6 inches down, which is about 15 centimeters or something like that. So I'm just going to cut the bottom off. Okay, so I want this side. So what we want to do, cut it 6 1/4 inches, or what would that be, about 16 centimeters. So I'm going to cut that down like that. So then we have 2 spare pieces, pop those to the side. So we have a piece at this size. So we've got 6 1/4 by 6 inches, or 15 centimeters by 16 centimeters. And all I'm going to do, I want to just pop a little lip down here. Are we in view here? Yes, I think so. Just going to score it down here. I'm going to use my cutter and one of my little ball tools here, and just go down there and just do 1/4 inch, and then we want to mark it 3 inches there, or 7 1/2 roughly inches, like that. So let's just score that, and then we go. Pop that to the side a minute. Now we want to bend this piece over like that. So that's the little lip piece that we're going to stick it down with, and then we want to just bend that over so we are level with this side. There we go. So that's your little pocket. Really simple like that. So it looks like that. So then what we want to do, we want to mark down here 3/4 inch, just for the top of the tag. So just cut it down so we're sort of a little bit lower. Where's my little tags? Here. So this is the bit we want to just cut off, this first bit, but leave the back piece. So I'm going to score it down here, and we're going to just go 3/4 inch. So I'm going to just score it. I'm not going to cut it on here because I'll end up cutting the whole thing off. pop that to the side. Now you can just see the score line, and then we want to just cut that down just into the middle bit, and then cut that off because we don't want that top piece. So you end up with something like that. That folds over, and then what I'm going to do, I'm just going to cut this into a tag shape like that. You can measure it, but I'm just going to eyeball that. So that's your tag shape, and then I'm going to do a little notch in here just with my little hole punch. Make sure we are sort of in the middle, and there we go. It doesn't matter if there's anything behind it because I'm going to cover this bit up anyway. So I need to use my little extra piece. Let's take this piece and I'm going to pop that onto there because we want to pop the paper clip on here. So I'm just going to take a paper clip. I am going to glue onto here. So let me get a little piece of scrap paper onto here. I'm going to pop this on here because I just want to cover that back piece up just so we don't see the paper clip in here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to pop that down like that, and I'm just going to put a little mark here. You won't see it anyway. I'm just going to do that in pencil because I want to pop some glue, and I don't want to go past that because we'll end up sticking everything together. So I'm just going to glue this little bit. Let's go out like that. Make sure you've got glue all the way to the outside. Take that away. Pop our little paper clip on like that, and then I'm going to stick this over the top, and then we are going to cut that to size. Now we want to make sure we are level with the top on this piece here, so let's just stick that down. Make sure that is stuck down nicely in between the little paper clip. Now I did sew one of them, my very first one, which is this one here, and I just sewed around it and around this bit here, but I'm not going to sew any of the other ones, or I haven't sewn any of the other ones, because you don't really need to, as long as you make sure you glue this up properly there. So let's just make sure this is stuck down nicely, and then we just want to cut around like that. Just cut that like that, and then we got the top of our tag. I'm going to pop a little bit of ink around the top with my vintage photo ink. And see, this is a nice new one because it comes out really dark. Let's go round the outside of this just to so it defines it a little bit more and we can see it. Look, it's a bit better, isn't it? Round the outside, really easy peasy. So this is the shape that you want, so it's that shape. Okay, so it's really simple, so you just pop it all together. It's quite easy to make. You'll stick this together. I'm just going to stick it together with a bit of 3-in-1, a little bit of glue along here, and then underneath. Take that, stick it together. And again, if you wanted to sew, you could just sew all the way around there like you would a little tag anyway. So that is our front bit, and then we're going to use this little bit we have left over. I'm going to put it this way, I think, and then we're going to use this as the card. So this is 3 inches, so we want to just cut it just under 3 inches. So I will do 2 3/4 inches, or I'm going to cut a little bit off here because I want both the roses on there. So let me just cut that little bit off, and then still measure, what did I say, 2 3/4 inches, or 7 centimeters. So that can go to the side, and then that just fits in there like that. Perfect. What I'm going to do, I am going to just round the edges off. Just like that. You got patterned on the back, so I printed on the back of this one, or this one was already printed on, so you don't have to really do anything with the back. If you've just got white paper, you can leave it white, or you can ink it. So that's it. So that's going to go in there. I'm going to have the little little rose at the top like that, and there we go. Look at that. That clips onto your page. What should we put on here? Let's go for our, so these are lovely. These are the crafty words and phrases on here. Let me just take a handful and just see what we've got. We've got a crafty life is a happy life. Today there will be 100% chance of crafting. Shall we have that one on there? That would be quite good, wouldn't it? Adding to my craft stash is not hoarding. I'm going to have this one. I think there will be 100% chance of crafting, because I don't think a day goes past without me doing something in my craft room. So let's just pop all those little bits there. Let's ink around the edge. So this is a really good one for mass making as well. You could make lots of these with all your different bits of paper. Shall we have something? Let's have a look. Let me just take a handful of things here. Let's see. Does that look nice? Just a little bit of, probably pop that underneath. Oh, this is a pretty one, isn't it? Oops, bits of cotton everywhere. Oops. Oh, we've got a little bit of this. So this is it. If I should just pull the first one out and use that, really. Should we have that so it comes off the bottom just a little bit? That will be nice, won't it? I'm going to take a little bit of glue without all my bits of cotton everywhere. Let's just pop that on and stick this, just so it dangles just down a little bit off the bottom. Chop that off, and then I'm going to just stick that on there. So you don't need a huge amount of embellishments. That's a nice thing. Like I say, if you've got a nice paper and it's all decorated, look at that. I think that looks just beautiful. I'll link the papers that I'm using under the video. So look at that. Isn't that lovely? Really, really nice. So there, that's how easy it is to do. Shall we make another one? Let's pop that to the side with my stash up there. Oopsie daisy. Right, I've got this one, which I think is roses in print paper. So again, I'm going to take this, I'm going to move all my stuff out of the way. I'm going to cut this down to 6 inches, like this, or shall I quite like this rose there, so let's cut this way. Cut 6 inches off, so we've got 6 inches that way. Let's turn it around this way, and then we want decisions. Yes, let's do 6 1/4. So we've got 6 inches long ways, 6 1/4 this way, and then I need to mark off here just 1/4 inch. If you keep your little cutter out and just use your little ball tool, just go down there like that, and then again 3 inches down there. Move that to the side. Well, look, we could have the other side as well, couldn't we? Have it newspaper print. So fold that over again. Let's make sure we are level. go, there's our little pocket, and then we want to come down here. I don't know why it gets so covered in ink. So we want to score this side 3/4 of an inch or 2 centimeters, something like that. That can go down. Where's the middle? There we go. So we've got a little line down there. I can hardly see it, but I think it's about there. You don't have to mark it, you can just eyeball it and cut it if you like. Depends how precise you like your things. So let's take that off. So that's our little bit there. Let's cut our little bits like this to make our little tag top. We will cut a little hole in here. Oops. Show you. Sort of in the middle. Let's just ink up around this bit. There we go. We can do the back of this one. Now we need to stick something over that so we can pop our paper clip in. You can do it on the back if you want to, but I like to have it so it's all you can't see where the paper clip is. So let's take this. We can still have, I think maybe I will still have that, then the flowers. So I'll pop that on there, I think. So again, let's pop this level with that. We will mark it off so we won't put any glue past this point. Let's take our little piece of paper, pop some glue on here. Oops. There we go. I'm going to have glue on the back, am I? Oh no. I'm okay. Take a paper clip. These are, I think, about an inch, just over an inch, these little paper clips. Pop that in there on the top. Take this, get that so we are in there. Make sure we are level. Stick this down, make sure you stick your glue. This glue stick is really good, so again, if you don't want to use glue stick, use something I don't know, a bit of Paperclip 3-in-1, something like that, some wet glue. It's entirely up to you. Oops, where am I going? Down there. Okay. So there we go. That is at the front. So that is easy to do, isn't it? You could actually make these out of just sort of like tea stain or coffee stain paper, and then you could decorate them. So you could pop them in your stash and then just decorate them up when they are ready to go into your journals. Pop a little bit of glue down here. Oops. Like that. Down here. These you can just make lots. Oh, let's go this way. There we are. Now we need to make a little journal card. So let's go this way. So we need to be 2 and what was it, 2 1/4, and then so that will fit in there nicely. We want it to sort of like come up there. I'm going to cut the top piece off, so we want probably 5 1/4, 5 1/4. That's about right, isn't it? Yes, perfect. So this one has got a nice little bit on the back, so we can just, again, you don't have to round the corners, but I think it just makes it nice and neat. Where's my little inky one? Pop these around. There we go, and that will just pop in there. And we've got our lovely journal card. You can have all sorts of things in there, can't you? Pop in there. So what shall we have on the front of this one? Shall I pop one of my other little words and phrases on here? Got all these, look, so we could have, we don't really want goodbye, do we? Dream big on there. Brown needs to be, it needs to be the brown, I think, doesn't it? The vintagey type. Let's see, lots of words. I do like to have lots of words. Or should we have best times? I think it's sort of newspapery. I think best times would be quite good, wouldn't it? Let me just pop all these back like this. Ink this up. Shall we have some lace on here? I think some lace would look pretty on here. Where was that white one? Here we go, that's pretty, isn't it? Oh, that would fit perfect. Let's just cut it down here. Oops. Stick that on there and stick that on there. Lovely. Oops. Put that down. I'm not going to stick it all down because I quite like that sort of like flapping around. Like that. Pop that onto there. Love them. Make sure our paperclip is stuck on there. Yes, that's perfect. Look at that. Probably could do with a little bow, but I don't think. Let me see if I've got anything here. Really, I've got some brown. I don't really like that shiny. Well, I don't have anything to hand here, so I will add to that later. But that is so lovely, isn't it? Love them. So I have lots now. So that's how you make them. This is my big pile here. Drop one on the floor. There we go. That's the other one. But I am just loving them. Look at these. How quick are they to make? They are just beautiful. I love this one. Love those roses. So brilliant. And then what they do, you just take them, you've got your paper clip, and you just pop them onto the top of your page like that. So love them. So there we go, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you'll give this a go because it is lovely. I love them. Look at these. You can whip lots and lots of them up. So thank you so much for joining me. Please stay safe, take care, and I will see you soon. All right, guys, bye bye.